Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick video about how this whole thing goes together. So this is the wooden frame that I built, just with some molding and some nails and some glue, and so pretty much built exactly to fit the picture frame. But I'm going to show you how this whole thing goes together, so that everything stays together. So, alright, so this is the frame. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the screen in. And so that fits nice and snug there, so you can see there's the screen. Alright, and then I've got these pegs that I drilled out holes. You can kind of see here that there's some holes there, and these guys go right in. There's one. Actually, he's a longer one right here, so there's a peg, and this one can go in right here. 1, 2, and 3. It goes right there, and so that's real nice and tight. So we got 1, 2, 3 pegs. Okay, and then I got to take this block here. This is a block I made. It's got 2 pegs on the side. It's got this peg hole here. This is actually an oops right there, so you can ignore that one. And on the back, it's got this groove cut out, and so you can see the groove is actually lines right up with this here. And the 2 pegs here line up with these holes. You can kind of see 1, 2 right there. So I can just take this guy and kind of shimmy it in there. Let's see. Alright, I'm just going to put the camera down so I can get it in. Okay, so you can see that's real nice and snug right in there. Okay, so that's actually a little mount that's going to hold the Raspberry Pi in. So this actually, we've got 2 more holes right here, and these will actually line up perfectly with the audio out and the video out on the Raspberry Pi. So first, before I do that, I'm going to put together the rest of this stuff here. So we've got a DVI connector right here that's going to go into the back of the monitor, and VGA here, which plugs right into the Pi. I've got it good length right there. Alright, and so then we've got this this power wire here. This is pretty much just a regular computer power wire or monitor power wire that I cut at the end and added a Christmas light outlet. You can see this little green outlet here with the 5-volt power supply for the Raspberry Pi. So I'm just gonna kind of put this here. I'm gonna put this down so I can work on it. Alright, it's gonna go right there. This is gonna go here. It's gonna go back over here. Okay, so we've got the monitor plugged in. We've got this this USB cable, so that's just gonna go back here. So I'll plug that in. Okay. So we've got power going to the Raspberry Pi. We've got these guys snug right in that hole, and then it's just a little bit loose here. So I drilled out a hole right here for this other peg. This guy goes right in here, and that goes down, and so that's really snug now. That's not going anywhere because we've got a peg here. We've got the USB cable over here that's kind of pushing against it, and it's obviously it's butted right up against the wall right there. So that's pretty much it. I still got to figure out a way how to make this guy not float around, and I want to kind of clean up these wires too. I'm going to have to cut a hole in the side somewhere for this guy so it's not hanging out the back. But as far as the Pi goes, I mean, it's extremely sturdy. It's not going anywhere, and it's actually flush right with the top here, so there's no part sticking out. And we did it without any glue or nails or anything goofy like that, so it's actually quite nice. So I'm just gonna lift this guy up and plug in this one wire into the wall, and we'll look at the screen here. And there we go. Alright, so I just didn't have the DVI cable, or the HDMI cable plugged in all the way, but once that's in there and it's been power cycled, you can see it's coming on just fine, and it's booting up. You should go through its whole boot process here, and I think it's going to take us to the WorldView in just a second here once it finishes connecting to the internet. Oh, actually, it's not going to be able to connect to the internet because we don't have a Ethernet cable on it, and I don't have a wireless card in there yet. But it does show the map, and it shows the previously rendered map. So we're pretty much all set there, and you can see it's actually, you know, it's kind of complicated, but it's pretty elegant in terms of how it goes together, and it sits real nicely. I mean, I can't move that around, and I can't move this around. It's definitely, that's not going anywhere at all. So all right, that's it for this video. Thanks.